So for your coil pots, you're going to go in and design 4 different shapes that you can work with, and then you're going to design your final piece here. And on this side, I just want you to go in and design the actual shape. So think of the shape that you can do. First thing you need to understand is you need to have the same size circle for the top that you have for the bottom. And so you're going to go in and design whatever shapes you want. So I go in and I say, you know, it's going to be about this wide on the top and bottom. And I'm going to go with this one kind of this shape, making sure that it's symmetrical. Do another one. Similar, and then I go through and I'm going to choose which one that I want. Now for this, for your assignment, you need to make sure that you have your 4 sketches. You're going to get a good grade. You need to create a pot that is at least 8 inches tall, so it needs to be 8 inches. Coils are smoothed on the outside and the inside of the pot. Coils are connected and pot does not fall apart, obviously. Pot has a lid with a lip to keep it from falling off, so you want your lid to not slide off the top, so you're going to create a lip and we'll show you that. Pot has a variety of additive and subtractive textures on the outside. You're graded a lot on creativity and craftsmanship. So for the size, it's best if you take your paper and just kind of measure 8 inches here. So I'm just going to go right here along this edge and make some marks. So I'm going to start 1 inch, 2 inch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for starting your coil pot, you need to make sure that you have 2 circles at the same size, so that you have the circle for the bottom and the circle for the lid. And then you'll build upon the bottom circle, the other one becomes that lid. So we have these cylinders that have the circle shape on them. You can take that on a slab of clay that will fit both of those, and you just kind of lightly press it in there so that you can see the circle shape. And then you're going to cut out those circles with a fettling knife. So I'm just going to go through real quick and cut that out. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to stack coils on the top. The coil method is just a stacking of coils atop of each other and then blending them together. So I'm going to take this chunk of clay and I'm going to roll out a coil. Some of the things to remember to get nice even coils is when I'm rolling, I want to roll this a full 360 degrees back and forth, and you can see I'll just kind of push it and let it roll, and I just go back and forth to make it longer. Some of the things that I see a lot of with coils is students will roll it with just fingers and then they get lumps. They go back and forth, they don't go a full 360, and then it kind of rocks it flat, and then you don't end up with nice even coils. Now with your clay, remembering that we want to keep our projects hollow and we don't want them to be any more than a full inch thick. I'm going to roll my coils. I want them to be about the size of my pinky or a finger. You don't want them too thick, so you can kind of see that that's a good size. And so then I'm going to take that coil, and in the first one I'm going to take it and wrap it on the outside of the circle here that I've already made. So I'm going to take that and put it in there. Now I don't have to slip and score this because it's nice and soft. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to then blend it. So I'm going to use the wood stick here with the rounded end here, and I'm just going to kind of press it down into the circle so that I can attach it to that circle, and then I'm going to add more coils on top and blend those together. that bottom, soften out that outside, and you can see that it's cracked the piece a little bit on the outside, and that's totally fine. We're going to smooth those out, so I'll just kind of squish those together a little bit, and then I'll do another coil. Now, I'm kind of building up here. On my sketch, I'm going to have it go out here. So if I want it to go out on my coils, the next coil that I do is going to be set just on the outside of that last coil. So roll one more coil and then I'll blend those together. So like I was showing before, this time I'm going to set them out continually. So on this, you can see this is 7 inches, 6 inches, whoops, 6 inches, 5 inches, 4 inches. So on my drawing, I build out until about 6 inches, and then I start building back in. So anytime that I'm building out, I'm going to set my coil just on the outside of the last coil, so that the pot increasingly gets larger. So you can see that coil on the last piece. Now, before I continue, I've gotten about 4 coils out. I'm now going to take and smooth this out. So I'm going to take the round part of my stick, and I'm just going to kind of blend that together by running it across the outside. And it'll be kind of crude on the outside, and that's okay. We'll go back and clean that up later. We just want to attach it at this point. We don't care so much about how smooth it is yet. We just want to make sure that those coils are sticking together. Set this up so that I can reach it a little bit. So there I have the inside attached, the bottom. This is not going to come apart. I've got the circle on the bottom still. It's getting a little bit squished, and I can make sure I go back and tap that out. So now I've got the first part. It's not quite flat on top, so it's kind of bumpy. If you were to look at it from the side, it's not quite flat right here. So I'm going to just take a paddle, paddle out that top, make that all even out the walls a little, and then I can continue to start building up. Now because of this pot, it's going to be harder to smooth the inside out after I get it built, because I'll have to stick my hand in. So at this point, I'm going to smooth out the inside. I'm not going to worry about the outside. So I'm going to just take my finger, get it a little wet, and kind of clean up the inside, kind of like I'm doing the inside of a pinch pot at this point. So then I'm going to go in and make some more coils. I'll start with a few coils previously rolled out so that I can start stacking it on the thing. So I'm going to take these over. Now this is the pot that I started before. This part has gone leather hard, so it's a little bit soft, or it's a little bit firm, so that when I start building on top of this, it doesn't collapse. So I'm going to first, because it's leather hard, I'm just going to spray the edge right here with a little bit of water. And of course I've got to slip and score the first coil. So I'm going to score. soft, I can go ahead and start building with some of those coils. I'm just going to spray these real quick so that they don't get dry. So right now I'm at about 5 inches. I want to build out to about 6, and then I'm going to build back into 8. So I'm going to keep going, but before I do, I want to smooth these out. So I have a lid here.